Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm glad you found us. You've come to the right place. If you love heartwarming stories, inspiring stories, or proper tear-jerking stories, maybe you're the sort of person who likes the odd joke or a good brain-teasing puzzle, make sure you click subscribe and click the little bell when that comes up. That way you get notifications every time we upload great new content for you. Enjoy today's story and make sure you share it with your friends. Avoid men. 109-year-old woman reveals secret to long life. Do you really want to know the secret to a long and healthy life? Maybe the best place to start isn't with a gym instructor or some spiritual guru chasing the latest new age fad, but by asking the people who've actually achieved it. A certain undeniable logic there, don't you think? And while I've heard of plenty of older people extolling the virtues of healthy eating, avoiding cigarettes and alcohol, exercise, plenty of sleep, those aren't the kind of things we really want to hear, are they? A bit dull. Susanna Mushat-Jones, a super centenarian who lived to the ripe old age of 116 years and was the last living person in the USA to have been born in the 19th century, cited eating bacon every day as a contributing factor to her long years. Yeah, I can cope with that. That's the kind of thing I want to hear. Well, one sprightly centenarian is about to brighten up your day with her own experience, and this comes right out of left field. So, a big survey was done recently in 2015 which went out to loads of people in the USA aged over 100. And what they were asking was the age-old question, what's the secret to a long and healthy life? Loads of answers came back, and many were just what you'd expect. Spending time with family, saving money from a young age, staying physically active, blah, 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 boring. But it was the reaction of that one Scottish lady, Jessie Gallen, that got everybody's attention, and the internet's just loving it. Jessie's one of 7 siblings and was born into a small 2-room family home way back in 1906. Yes, if your math is good, you'll have clicked that sadly she passed away in 2015. She went to school for a brief time before having to work in a farm kitchen to bring in money to support herself and the family. Later in life, she moved into the city to work in the home of a wealthy man before being engaged in numerous admin roles throughout her long life. But at least on the surface, that's quite unremarkable. So, what's the secret? Avoid men. They're simply more of an inconvenience than they are useful. Well, I hardly know what to say about that, Jessie. When she was interviewed for local news, she was understandably living in a retirement home where she seemed to have a good and active life. She had close friends who she enjoyed spending time with and was still busy, walking and even dancing. A good way to spend your last years by the sound of it. Although Gallen did cite eating porridge throughout her life, she wasn't keen to suggest this was her secret. What do you think? Could this be true? Would a man just have sucked the life out of her and left her in an earlier grave? I hope not. Maybe there's some truth in it, maybe there's not. One thing I know is that if we don't listen to the wisdom of the elderly often enough, goodness knows what we're missing out on. They've had the life experience. So whether this really is the secret to a long and happy life or not, this certainly is good for a giggle. Are you willing to take Jessie Gallen's advice and see if you make it past 100? Share this with your friends and family and see what they think. Well, if you enjoyed that, our channel is absolutely jam-packed with fantastic content like that. Make sure you click subscribe and click the little bell so you get notifications every time we upload something new. We love to hear your comments as well, so please comment in the boxes below the video and share this with your friends and family. If you enjoyed it, they will too. See you next time.